What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Giga Gaming here, and welcome back to another episode of Ark Svartalfheim. Last we left off, we tamed a Gigantifist, that prehistoric snake. Where did I park it? I think I put it away. Yep, I did. Alright. I did put it away. Alright, so we got this Gigantifist here. He's already coiled up at the moment, or she's already coiled up. She was a 140 female, and she's cold. And I read the trait, and like, it says here, this is a tier 3 cold. This creature is uncommonly cool, protecting its rider from the heat. So this would be good for, like, scorched earth. You know, like, the hotness of scorched earth. This would be a good mount to take. And wait, just to be clear, can I shoot off the back of you? I can shoot off the back of you. Interesting. Now, remember last episode when I said we would test the Gigantifist out on a Giga? Well, I did off camera, and while it can be hypnotized, I wouldn't recommend it. So, well, what I did is I went into infinite stats and God mode just to test it out. And the torpor was dropping faster than it was rising, so we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. I've got the Stego with me, the one with the 49 into health and almost 400,000 health. I found another Giga up on the mountain there. I found two of them. There was a 110. We killed that for the heart, so we should have the heart right here. And then the other one was a 140 male, which is perfect. We're going to use this heart to tame the 140 male. First, I'm going to put this stuff away, and we are going to take this Stego over to the Giga. We're going to bring the berry with us as well, and we're going to put it away just before. So he's up on the hill. Just before we get to the hill, we need to bring out the Stego, because that's what we're going to be using to tank this guy. Alright, there's the lag spike every time we go over here. Let me save just in case the game crashes. And yeah, well, as we do this, if you find yourself enjoying this video and want more content like this, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. Let's see if we could get this channel to 1,500 subscribers. That would be super amazing. Alright, I'll take the beer and the metal. The beer might be good for, like, Dinotherium taming. Not that I would tame a Dinotherium. Unless you guys want me to tame. There's that max level over by the beach, over by our old base, so maybe we could use that. The Giga should be up on top. It is going to be nightfall, which kind of sucks. I'm going to take some of this fish, drop the rest. Alright, I hear the Giga. Alright, we've got the heart. As long as it's, like, in our inventory, we should be good. Wait, are you a Paleo Stego? No, you're a regular Stego. Alright, cool. Alright, so we've got our Stego. We are going to bring him over to where the Giga is. We're going to enrage it. The Super Spyglass should be working again. Yep, there we go. So yeah, 140. 20 points into its health, 24 into its melee. That's pre-tamed, keep in mind. Yep, he smells the... And there's an owl griffin up there. Game, thank you. I don't like those lag spikes. Alright, there's an owl griffin. Alright, he took the heart from us. And now we just gotta tank him. Oh yeah, he sends us flying with that tail thing. Alright, he's doing 500 torpor. Let's see if we can anger him. I want to anger him so we can do more damage to him. Or torpor. Alright, he's going to send us flying. That is expected. Yeah, alright. Let him tank us. We're going to tank him. That's all we got to do. I'm going to watch his torpor. Yeah, his torpor rises faster with the anger. Alright, he's at 50,000 torpor now. Alright, I think it's worn off. Okay, yeah, send me flying. Okay, cool. Can I turn around, please? Alright, let's anger him again. Ooh. That sends us flying. It really does. Yeah, this is the fastest way to gain his torpor. Alright. If the stego dies, then that's fine. And down goes the Giga. Awesome. Alright. This stego is awesome. Real talk. Stego, you did well. With 128,000 health to spare. And I'm going to put the kibble inside your inventory. Oh. Well, that was quick. Okay, I guess you were probably hungry, I would imagine. Alright, let's put you away. We will, look at your stats in a minute. Alright, let's take you home. We'll see what this guy's stats are. We'll take him out for a spin, breed him up, get an imprinted version, and we should be good to go. We'll see what the stats are and basically what we need, and then we'll be good to go. So base should be right around the corner. And I do plan on taming another Karcha at some point. I do believe we need a male or a female Karcha. I think it's either a male or a female. I'm not 100% certain. There's always this huge lag spike every time I pass the tech cave for whatever reason. I think it's just the game. It's just Ark being Ark. Before you blame my PC, Ark is a very buggy game. As much as I love it. Well, this is the final video before the 5.5.4 update. So hopefully the new update will mean the game runs better. Alright. We got our new Giga. This one's a female. Perfect. We've got our mating pair. Let's put you away. We'll start with the female as like a review. You initially had 35 into health, 32 into stamina, oxygen, food, no one cares, 45 into weight, 36 into melee. Now, originally, this one had 30 into health and 42 into melee before the game crashed. And then it reset and it changed the stats a little bit. So yeah, there's that. For the female, we had the highest stat was into its weight. So here's what I'm hoping. The male ends up having better health and better melee to make up for it. Maybe the health might be the highest or the melee. We'll find out in 3, 2, 1. 36 into its health. Okay. 31 into stamina. Oxygen, food, no one cares. 34 into weight, 40 into melee. Okay, so you're slightly better. You're actually... Now, if the game never crashed during the first Giga Tame, the female would have been better in the melee department. But this guy is still pretty decent. Let's get the saddle going. Wait, what are your traits? Hold on. Your trait is warm. Let me see what warm. That's tier 1 warm. Let me see what that means. This creature is uncommonly warm, protecting its rider from the cold. Ah, so you're like good at keeping me warm. Cool. Alright, let's put the female away so we could look at the male. What are you? Inherits stamina mutable. That just means the child is more likely to get the higher stamina. Alright. Giga number 2. Let's go. 989 to start with. That is awesome. We don't have to worry about cementing paste ever again. Like, where we built, it's very convenient when it comes to resources. We never have to worry about cementing paste. We never have to worry about metal or obsidian or anything like that. We don't even have to worry about honey, because the redwoods is right there. Alright, let's see what else is up. Let's see what else we can kill. So, yeah, left click does 989. What does C do? Oh, C's the crouch. Right, I forgot about that. Alright, I think X is the, Alright, turn in place. C is to crouch. All we have is the bite, pretty much. Alright. It's a tail swipe if you're looking left or right. So we'll have to see what that does. We did 599 damage just by trampling on a Archaeopteryx. Of course, there's that Stego from before. Who had the better stamina? You had 31 into stamina, you had 32. Okay, so the female had slightly better stam. Alright, so control and spacebar disables the turn in place. Alright, that's the roar. Alright, we're looking. Let's see what the tail swipe. Alright, that's a bite. I want to see what the tail swipe does. I guess not. Alright, let's re-enable turn in place. Alright, so we start off with 19,000 health already, which is awesome. About 20,000 health. So now what we're going to do, here's what we're going to do. We're going to breed up the, I'd like to see the level on that owl griffin up there. There is an owl griffin. If it's a very high level, I'll tame it. There's no guarantee we'll be able to fly it, but if we are able to fly it, then fine. Alright, so what we're going to do, I'm going to breed up the Gigas, and then we're going to see if we can get an imprinted version, and we'll be good to go. And then, yeah, while they're breeding, I'll check that, that owl griffin out. Alright, we got an Oviraptor right here. So let's place the female right next to the Oviraptor. And then the male right next to the female. Game. Game. Oh, thank you. Alright. Let's save that. I really don't like those lag spikes. Alright. We can convert into a vanilla, which I'm not going to. Let's enable mating and do the same thing for you. Alright, we're going to bring the Maywing up and see what's going on. If you're a relatively high level, then I wouldn't mind taming you. I know this is meant to be a no-fly map, but owl griffins spawn on the map, so I don't know. If it's a high level, like a 130 or something, then we'll tame it. We have a really good crossbow. We should be able to knock it out with relative ease. There it is. I don't know if that's a regular or if that's a royal. Let's see what you are. What is your level? 95. Okay. So, not the greatest. Alright, I'll just leave that one alone. So, since owl griffins spawn in the snow biome, maybe we could take a shot over to the snow biome while we wait for the imprinted Gigas. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to see if we can find a high level. If so, we'll see if we can tame it. Worst comes to worst, if we can't ride it, then what level is this guy? A 90 Gigantoraptor. I want to tame a Gigantoraptor, but I haven't been able to find a high enough level. That's the problem. A 90 isn't really the greatest. If we could find like a higher level, I'll definitely tame it. I'm just waiting for Ragnarok to come out at this point. This is more of an in the meantime while we wait for Ragnarok. Alright, so I'll see you guys once I find one. If I find one, that is. If we don't, we don't. If we do, we do. Do I hear a Karcha? Look at all the Muttaburrasaurs. I also hear a Giga. There's a Giga and a Karcha. I need to see the level, sir. That's a 145 female. Ah, crap. I also heard a Karcha. If it's a high-level female... Oh, it's an S-Karcha. That's only a level 20, though. I'll tell you what. How healed is the Stego? I might try to heal the Stego, and we might try to go after a second Giga in today's episode. What level's that Rex? 20? We could easily kill that S-Karcha for the heart, and then we could use the Stego to tank the Giga. Yeah, that's what we could do. I want to see if I could write it down on the, mark it down on the map. I don't know where that... Okay, there's the Giga. The Karcha and the Giga are together. Alright, let me mark it down on the map. Alright, so since the two Gigas are breeding, we've got the, we'll use the Karcha to take out the other Karcha. I've leveled up all its points into melee, so we should be able to kill it with relative ease. Hopefully. Mr. Karcha, want to go on a little quest? Alright, let me get everything ready. Let me heal up the, Stego, and we'll be good to go. And I'll put some of this stuff away while we're here, too. Alright, and we're back, and this is much, much later. The Stego is fully healed. We're ready to go. I've got the Karcha in my inventory. Let's go. Let's do this. I wasn't expecting to find a 145 Giga. I wasn't planning on taming 2 of them in one episode. I really wasn't, I swear. Alright, we'll see if this one has better stats. And then we'll be good to go. We've got 2 Rexes in there. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna kill the S-Karcha for the heart. And then we're gonna use that heart to tame the Giga. I really hope this works, because they are, like, literally right next to each other. So, I don't know how this is gonna go. Alright. We need to get the Karcha's attention. Without getting the Giga's attention. Alright, we got the Karcha's attention. Tree, get out the way. Alright, we need to take this guy out. We're gonna kill him for the heart. Alright, something's hurting me. What's hurting me? Oh, we're gonna have to take out the T-Rex as well. Alright, the Giga's heading this way. Alright, we need to take out the Karcha. And fast. Alright, we got the heart. We got the heart. Alright, let's bring out the Stego. We should be good to go. Karcha. Oh, wait. You have the heart. Let's put that in our inventory. And then put you away. There we go. Alright. The Muttaburrasaurus shouldn't be too much of a threat. We do have a Uterenus in the area. Let's see if we can take you out. What level are you? 140, of course you are. Can we take you out real quick? Uneasy, yep, okay. Alright, I took him out. Alright, where's the Giga? There it is. It is a 145, right? Yep, 145. 24 into its health, 20 into its melee. Now, bear with me, guys. I wasn't expecting another Giga tame. But let's do this. Yep, he sniffs the heart. Okay, cool, cool, cool. We can use the rocks to our advantage, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. Take the heart. He took the heart. Okay. Alright, come on. We're doing Torpor, right? Yep, he is. Okay. Now let's anger him so we can do Torpor faster. Yeah, we can use the downhill and the rocks to our advantage. He won't be able to knock back as much. We're doing good. Good so far. Our goal is to tire him out. Yeah, if his eyes stop glowing, then he's not in his rage mode anymore. Let's fight back a little more. Anger him again. I think this is the last time we gotta anger him. And we just gotta tank him. We just gotta tank him. That's all we gotta do. And we're actually doing better than we did last time. for some reason. Maybe because he has weaker melee, but we'll see if this one has better stats than the other female. And it's down. Awesome. I want the Stego on passive. You are down. Okay. Let me put the kibble in your inventory, and you're taming relatively quick. And there we have it. Giga number 3 has been tamed. So we still got a decent amount of health from that. We still have a decent amount of health. So that wasn't too bad. Alright. After that unexpected Giga tame, let me go back to hunting a owl griffin. See if we can find one. I'm going to save the game just in case. Is that a dung beetle? That is a dung beetle. Do I have any feces on me? No. I mean, I'd be down to tame a quick dung beetle, depending on what level it is. You're a 60, okay. Alright, I guess we're taming a quick dung beetle. I'll let you guys know once it's tamed, because this is not the most exciting thing out there. And there we have it. Dung beetle has been tamed. Level 89, it was a level 60 when we first saw it. Alright, I'd like to see what this is all about. If we can get up there, I'd like to see what this is all about. We haven't really explored much of the map, really. That's a 145 Paleo Rex. Okay. It's getting attacked by scorpions. I'm not going to bother. Holy Rexes. That is a lot of Rexes. Yeah, there's at least 3 Rexes in that area. There's another one of those orbital drop things. Or, not orbital drop, obelisks. That's it. I think this is the red obelisk. I'm not 100% certain. Let me save the game. And let me take off. So long, Rexes. And I just landed into the jaws of another Rex. That was a level 50. Okay. Doesn't look like I'm seeing any, owl griffins. Not that I really need one. I mean, I just want to have one, because they're just really cool, you know? Alright, you know what? Let's head back to base. I'm not too fussed over the owl griffin. I just wanted to see if I could find, like, a high level or something. Maybe on my spare time I'll see if I could find one. Alright, anyway, let's head back to base. And see if there's, like... And see what kind of stats this third Giganotosaurus has. Alright, so as a review, let's see. So this female had 35 into health, 32 into stamina, oxygen, food, no one cares, 45 into weight, 36 into melee. And this guy had 36 into health, 31 into stamina, oxygen, food, no one cares, 34 into weight, 40 into melee. So if we look at this female, this new female that we have, we could see what you have for stats. So, Giganotosaurus, what do you have? 31 into health, 31 into stamina, oxygen, food, no one cares, 44 into weight, 31 into melee. Not really worth it. You're not really worth it. You know, you'll just be a backup Giga. That's all you'll be. You could be a backup. You're not breed worthy. 31 into health and melee, that's not really worth it. Alright, GG's, Stego. You did a really good job. We should probably give you a name. I got one. I got the perfect name, so... You can be... Giga Slayer. Let's go. You've earned your name. Alright. To end the episode off, let's see what we've got for breeding. Alright, so for the Nothosaurs, let's start with them. 55 into health, and then we need the 56, 52, and 59. Alright, cool. Let me pick up some of the eggs the Oviraptor has collected. The 2 Oviraptors, actually. Oh, we got a Thyla with a health mutation. We'll look at you in a minute. I want to see if we could have a female with the 45 and 41. Alright, that's perfect. Alright, so that's the Thylas. Alright, 213 and 220. You don't have the perfect stats, do you? I mean, we could have the 40 stam, but you know what? There's really no point. Alright. Let's see if we could get a Thyla that's like the same level now. That's kind of the goal. Alright, let's start with the... We got the 2 berries. Perfect, Tame. We're looking for, like, mutations. We're going to start the mutation process. Let's start with the Nothosaurs. Let's see if we can get one with the melee, food, stamina, and health. Alright, the health, stamina, weight. Alright, you lost the food. We won't use you. Lost the health and stam. Lost the food. Okay. Lost the melee. Lost the stamina. Lost the stamina. Lost the stamina. Alright, lost the melee. Lost the health. Lost the health. Lost the stamina. Lost the food. I mean, the food I don't really care too much about because, you know, it's food, but still. I want to see if I can get some in the 50s. Alright, you know what? I'm going to settle for this one. This will probably be our new Nothosaurus. 251. Let's see if we have any more 251s. They're all male, it looks like. Yeah, they're all male. Okay, we got a female with the perfect stats. Let's see, alright, your weight's different. Okay, we'll see if we can get the same stats for that. Alright, let's kill the rest. Put you 2 into retirement. Alright, there's the saddle. Alright, let's move on to the berries. We need a 254. That will indicate a mutation. 254. Nope, what about 256? Alright, sometimes we can get double mutations. Not this time. And then for the Spino. What are we looking for exactly? 37. The 37 health and the 50 melee, pretty much. Alright, so Spino. Let's look that up again. Giganotosaurs take a little bit longer, so we need like a male and a female. Alright, you lost the health, lost both, lost both, lost the health, lost both, lost the health. No, wait, 37. No, hold on. Alright, 37. Alright, you kept the stats, so we'll keep you. Do we have a male that kept the stats? Lost the melee, and lost the melee. Alright, well, we have a female that kept its stats anyway. So let's kill you, kill the rest of you. And the Gigas are probably going to take a little bit longer, so I'm going to give them a little more time, and I will cut back when I guess they're ready. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, the first 2 Giga eggs are ready. Let's hatch them. And what stats do we pretty much need? I think the male is just better. Yeah, we basically need the 36 and 40. Pretty much. The 36 health and the 40 melee. Alright, you lost both, and you... Nope, you kept your stats. Okay, we got a female with the perfect stats anyway, so that's good. I'll see if we can get a male with the perfect stats on my spare time. And now, I will let you guys know when this imprinted Giga is fully grown and fully imprinted, and we'll take it out for a spin. You start off at a 230. So I will see you guys in a little bit. And we are back, and our Giganotosaurus has been fully grown and fully imprinted. I'm upping the gamma so we can see. So imprinted, we start off with 29,000 health and 340% melee. So we're going to test out our damage on this Baryonyx. 1988. That's our base damage. Now, we're over here for this one very reason. There is this 174 Legacy Rex, this guy right here. He's been taunting me for the past few episodes now. Ever since episode 5. So for 9 episodes, he's been taunting us. And now we're gonna get our revenge. Come here, you. There we go. If I can't have this guy, no one can. We're gonna take out this Diplo. The green one is kind of nice. You're the baby of the... Oh, you're mutated. You know, I might tame you just because you're green. Come here. There we go. Tamed a quick Diplo. Alright, so we already do almost 2,000 damage, and we're not even leveled up yet. That's just awesome. You were a 140. Well, that guy was alive this whole time. Okay. We got 2 more Rexes. We got a 25 and a max level. Okay. What level's this max level for stats-wise? 24 into health, 20 into melee. Alright. Pre-tamed, just out of curiosity. Might not be anything great. We're done with taming Rexes. We've already got our Rexes. We should be good to go. Oh yeah, and you're like... Your melee increases with each bite, doesn't it? So yeah, we're already doing 2,000 damage, not even leveled up. That's awesome. Alright, we got 69 levels. Nice. Let's get you up to 100,000 health. Stamina's fine. Weight, we'll probably get that up to... I don't know. See if we can get that up to 2K. And then put the rest into melee. Alright, let's go. Let's see how much damage we do now. 13,000. That's awesome. Leveled up into nothing but melee. This guy is just the best. Let's eat this beaver. 140. Awesome. Alright. So we've got our imprinted Giga. I'm going to use this, take a screenshot for the thumbnail. There we go. I think that's good. Alright. And with that, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. And if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.